Hello children. So in today's class, let us see a new lesson. Is matter around us pure? Okay. So is matter around us pure? So what is a matter? Okay. You saw in your last class there is a chapter matter in our surroundings. Okay. So in that chapter you know about fully there is a clearly what is a matter. Okay. So that matter is anything that occupies space. Okay. So that is we can say a matter, that is anything, okay, any object, okay, it has mass and it occupies space, okay. So it may be any state, okay, that we can say it is a matter. So it may be liquid or it may be solid or it may be gas, okay. So this we can say any state, so that we can say it is a matter. But we are seeing about a matter which is pure, okay, is matter around is pure, okay. So that is they are asking question by giving a topic here, okay. So we want to realize if the matter is pure or impure. So the matter is of two types. What are the two types? One is pure matter and the one is impure matter. Here we are taking matter it as substance, okay. So that we can say it is pure substance and impure substance. So we are talking about here two types of matter. Okay, two types of matter. So matter is of two types. Okay, so what are the two types? Pure substance and impure substance. So the substance we can say it is a matter. So impure matter. Okay, so that is if we can say it is a matter or substance, both are correct. Okay, so we are talking about the two types of matters around us. That is impure matter and impure matter, pure substances. Okay, we can talk about pure substances. So what does mean by pure substances? So pure substances may be defined as that is materials which contains only one kind of matter. Okay, only one kind of matter. So we can say that it is a matter is of atoms or molecules. Atoms or molecules. So by any types of atoms or molecules, if it is we can say it is a pure means it can be considered as a single type of atoms or single type of molecules. Okay. Single type of molecules. Understood children? Okay, that is a pure substances. A pure substances means it can be considered it as a single type of matter. Okay, so single type of atoms or molecules. Okay, that is the same kind. Okay, not other kinds are mixing with it. Okay, so we can take it as a same kind that we can say it is a pure matter. So for example, I am taking here salt, common salt. Okay, so that common salt, in that there is no substances mixing with it. Only common salt I am taking. In that same kind of small particles are having. Okay, so that is a pure common salt. We can say it is a pure substance. Okay, so then pure substance are of two kinds. Pure substance are of two kinds. Okay, one is elements and another one is compounds. Okay, so this pure substance is of two types. One is elements and another one is compounds. Okay, so you know what is elements. Okay, you know about elements. What is elements? It is having a same kind of atoms. It is having a same kind of atoms. Okay, so elements is having same kind of atoms. So compounds. Compounds, we are coming into compounds. Compounds also having a same type but two atoms, two types of atoms, but it mixed fully with it inside it. Okay, so that we can say there is same kind of molecules, same kind of molecules. Okay, that we can say it is a compounds. Okay, so pure substances which are made up of only one kind of atoms are known as elements. Okay, so pure substance that is made up of only one kind of atoms, that we can say it is a elements. Okay, so here all atoms in an element, all atoms in an element are identical. Okay, atoms of different elements are different. So atoms in this elements all the atoms are identical. Okay, so then we move on to compounds. What is a compound? I told that is pure substances which is made up of same type of molecules. Okay, in element we have pure substance that is made up of same type of atoms, that we can say it is a elements. Okay, but here in compounds same type of molecules, same kind of molecules, that we can say it is a compounds. Okay, so understood. So what is elements and what is compounds? Both are having a same kind of matter. Okay, that is in same kind of atoms we have a elements, and same kind of molecules we have a compounds. Okay, so now let us see molecules, and I told that is example for pure substance, common salt. Okay, what is the chemical name of common salt? Sodium chloride. What is the molecular formula of sodium chloride? NaCl. NaCl. Okay, so here we have two types of atoms. Okay, sodium is one type of atom and chlorine is one type of atom. So we are mixing with it, we get a molecule. Okay, so here we are having in a common salt same type of molecules, repeated molecules we have to combine a common salt. So that is the form. Okay, in an element. Okay, so in an element we are taking sodium. Sodium is an element. Sodium is an element. Okay, so here we are taking sodium. In this sodium we have a single type of atoms. Okay, that we can say it is an element. Here sodium chloride. Here we have two types of elements, but two types of atoms. So but we have a molecule, we have a compound here. Why? Because here these two mixed in any proportion, it gives a compound. Okay, so that we can say it is a molecule. Okay, so same type of molecules repeatedly. Again sodium chloride, again sodium chloride. Okay, again sodium chloride. Same type of molecules are mixing. Okay, that we can say it is a compound. Okay, that we can say it is a compound. Okay, same type of atoms it is mixing with it, we can say it is a element. Okay, so same type of molecules we can say combine it, we can get we can get compounds. Okay, so this we can say it is a pure substance. Okay, so what is a matter? Matter we have a pure substance, a pure matter and impure matter, that we can say pure substance and impure substances. Here we are talking about pure substances. In that we have two kinds of pure substances. One is elements and compounds. Elements and one is element and another one is compounds. So what is elements? Elements are made up of same kind of atoms. We get elements. Okay, and what is compounds? What is compounds? In a pure substance, there is a same kind of molecules are combining with it. Same kind of molecules. Okay, we have a molecule by combining of two atoms, sodium and chloride. We are getting a molecule sodium chloride. So that is combining of same type of molecules within it, that we can get a compound. Okay, so that is these two types of pure substances, elements and compounds. Okay, so then we move on to the impure matter, that is impure substances. So in impure substance, okay, so there is two kinds of atoms are mixing with it, and that is not fully dissolved in the other. Okay, so this impure matter are also called as mixture. Okay, so in pure substance also we have a mixture, that is two types of atoms are mixing, that you can say it is a compound. Okay, here also we have a mixture. Okay, but this also impure matter also it is a, we can say it is a mixture. Okay, impure matter is also called as mixture. But a mixture is a material which contains two or more different kinds of particles. Okay, so a mixture is a mixture is a material which also having a two different kinds of materials, that we can say it is atoms or molecules. See here, I told here sodium and chloride. We have a two types of atoms here. Okay, that we can say it is a molecule. Okay, so that is in mixture, that is impure substance is also having a mixture, that is two different kinds of matter, materials, two different kinds of materials. Okay, so there also we are getting a any other different types of materials, that we can say it is a impure substance, that is a mixture. Okay, so which do not react chemically. Okay, so we are mixing with two or more atoms or two or more molecules with it that do not react chemically. Okay, that do not react chemically but are physically mixed together in any proportion. Okay, so for example, mixture. Okay, I am taking about an example, water with sand. Water plus sand. See here, water is a compound. Okay, that is a molecule. Water is a molecule. Okay, and sand is also here one type of material. So these two are adding. Okay, we are adding these two substances. Okay, these two materials. We are adding water and sand. So now we are getting a mixture. Okay, but this sand is partially dissolved in water. Okay, not fully dissolved in water. Why? Because of the molecules which is present in sand that doesn't dissolve in water. Okay, that doesn't dissolve in any other solutions. Okay, so here that is sand and water we are having. This is a mixture. Okay, so this doesn't dissolve in the water fully. So we have a substance. We have a separate particles in the dissolved and undissolved particles in the solution, that is water. Okay, so this we can say is a mixture, that is impure substance. Okay, so here we have mixtures we have two types of mixtures. Okay, we have two types of mixtures. What are the two types of mixtures? Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Okay, see here we saw about pure substance and impure substance. So what is mean by pure substance? There is no other different atoms or molecules are mixed with it. Okay, that is same kinds are mixing. We have elements and compounds. Okay, so again impure matter. In impure matter there is two or more different types of atoms or molecules are mixed with it. Okay, that we can say is an impure substance. In impure substance there is no, so two or more atoms are mixed with it, but there is no which do not react chemically. Okay, there is no reactions between them by chemical methods. Okay, so it by the physical methods. Some are dissolved in the water, some particles are dissolved in water, but not all the particles are dissolved in water. Some undissolved particles are stayed under the solution. Okay, so that we can say is an impure matter. Okay, so in any proportion it mixes it is. Okay, so in this we have two types of mixtures. Okay, two types of mixtures. One is homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. One is homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So before this we come to that point. See, sodium chloride, I told it is a compound. Okay, so here with this there is some other impure substances with it. Okay, so that is dissolves in the water. That we can say it is an impure substance. Okay, so impure substance, that is impure matter, we can say it is a two types of mixtures. So impure matter we can say it is a mixture. Okay, we can say it is also a mixture. So the two types of mixtures are homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. So what is mean by homogeneous mixture? So a mixture is said to be homogeneous. Okay, if we can say a mixture is a homogeneous if all the components of the mixtures are uniformly mixed with it. Okay, mixed and there are no boundaries of separation between them. Okay, so if we are mixing a salt with water, okay, common salt is a compound. Common salt is a compound. We are dissolving that into a water or any other solvent. Okay, any other solvent. So that common salt is mixed fully with the solvent. Okay, so it is a homogeneous mixture. We are taking a glass of water. In that we are putting inside that 2 spoons spoons of common salt. Okay, 2 spoons of common salt. So it dissolves fully in that water. We can't see the common salt with our naked eyes. Okay, why? Because of it fully dissolves in it. Okay, and we are putting sugar in the water. So that also fully dissolves in the water. Okay, we are doing the lime juice. Is it like children? So in that sugar we are putting inside that. So we can't see the sugar particles inside the lime juice because it fully dissolves in it. So we can say it is a homogeneous type of mixture. We know in that water there is a salt. Okay, and in that water there is a sugar. We know, but we cannot observe in that. So that we can say it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, so one more main example we can say that is air is an example of homogeneous mixture. Air. Okay, so it is very important question for you. Okay, so air is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, so in air, okay, we can't observe the gases. We know in atmosphere so many types of gases are mixed in it. Is it right? So there is so many gases are mixed in it. Carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur. So we have not this much. Okay, we have so much of gases are mixed in it. So but we can't observe which gases they near us. Okay, so we cannot see. Okay, there is no boundary between them. Okay, so that we can say it is air is a homogeneous mixture. I thought now you understood. Okay, so what does mean by homogeneous mixture? What does mean by homogeneous mixture? Air is a homogeneous mixture and salt with water and sugar with water. So these are all the homogeneous type of mixtures. Okay, so then heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so then heterogeneous mixtures. From this you come to know what is meant by heterogeneous mixture. Okay, I thought. So can you remember that? So what is meant by heterogeneous mixture? Heterogeneous mixture, that is a mixture is said to be heterogeneous if all the components of mixture are not fully dissolved, are not thoroughly mixed with the solvent. Okay, and there are visible boundaries of separation between them. Okay, and there are visible boundaries of separation between them. One example I will tell, that is the main important example, that is oil with water. Okay, so oil with water. We are mixing the oil with water. There is no mixture, fully mixture. There is no thoroughly mixing of oil and water. There is a boundary between them. Okay, we can observe where is the oil and where is the water. Okay, so that is an example of heterogeneous mixture. And I told already that is sand with water. Is it right? Sand with water. Sand is mixing with water. There is no fully mixing with it. Is it right? So that is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, before we proceed further, we should know the difference between the properties. Okay, there is a difference between the properties of compounds and mixtures. Okay, so you know compounds also mixing two types of atoms. Is it right? I told that is example for sodium chloride is a compounds. Okay, so here also we have two types of atoms. So one is sodium and another one is chloride. Okay, so here we have two types of atoms. It is mixing, that is mixing of two types of atoms. We can get the components. Okay, but mixtures. Okay, here also we are mixing with two types of materials. Okay, here also two types of materials and here also two types of materials. So difference between the compounds and mixtures. So you come to know what is mean by compound and what is mean by mixture. So what is mean by compounds? There is the same kind of molecules. So sodium chloride, again sodium chloride, again sodium chloride. We are mixing with it. So we can get finally a sodium chloride only. Is that right? Okay. Finally we can get a sodium chloride only. So sodium is a atom and chlorine is a atom. We are mixing both these atoms together. Okay. And finally we get the same molecule, sodium chloride is itself. Okay. So but mixtures. Okay. In a mixture, salt with water. Okay. While we are mixing salt with water, there is a new substances formed. Okay. We can get a salt water, not a salt or not what different types of water. Okay, we can get a salt water in it, and we are adding sugar with water. We can get a sugar water. Okay, not a sugar particle and not a water. Okay, so that is another thing. That is I am giving example sand with water. Okay, so in that sand is in it and water is mixing with the sand. Okay, there is no that we are not getting the properties again. Okay, so but here the compound. I'll say one more example, that is a compound is a homogeneous mixture, and mixture is also having a homogeneous mixture. Okay, in mixture is also having a homogeneous mixture, but compound. Okay, for example, a mix of iron and sulfide. Okay, iron and sulfur in watch glass. Say compound. Okay, for explaining compound. Okay, so we are mixing iron and sulfur in a watch glass. Why we are heating this? Okay, we are taking iron and sulfur in a watch glass. While we are heating this iron and sulfur, we are getting the iron sulfide. Is it right? You know that. That is the chemical it reacts and we get the iron sulfide. Okay, iron sulfide. We are getting the compound that is iron sulfide. Okay, so here we have two types of atoms. Here we have two types of atoms. One is iron, another one is sulfur. One is iron and another one is sulfur. So here we have two types of atom. While we are heating this, okay, we get the iron sulfide. Is it right? So here we are getting a magnet near this iron sulfide. Okay, so we are getting an iron. Sorry, we are getting a magnet. Okay, we are getting a magnet near this iron sulfide. Okay, near this compound iron sulfide. There is no observation of any iron pieces in it. Okay, because it reacts fully and it changes into iron sulfide. Okay, and we are dissolving this iron sulfide in a carbon disulfide. Okay, carbon disulfide. Okay, carbon disulfide. We are dissolving this iron sulfide in carbon disulfide, and there is no dissolves fully in that, and it gives a sulfur in it. Okay, but in this also there is no dissolves in the iron disulfide, and there is no showing of properties iron, or there is no showing of properties of sulfur also. So here we can have a compound new substance, that is iron sulfide, but in a mixture. Okay, so but in a mixture we are mixing this iron and sulfide in a watch glass. Okay, in a mixture also there is a mixture first. Okay, that is iron and sulfur we are mixing in a watch glass. That's it, the mixture. Okay, so after mixing this in a watch glass, okay, we are kept near the magnet inside this. Sorry, on the mixture there is a particles, iron particles inside this mixtures are attracted by the magnet. Okay, so the iron pieces are attracted by the magnet. Okay, and we are dissolving this mixture in a carbon disulfide. Sulfur is fully dissolved in this carbon disulfide, and iron pieces are staying under this. Okay, that is undissolved iron pieces are staying under the solution. Okay, so here we have properties of the chemical properties or physical properties of the particles, that is constituents separately. Okay, there is a properties of constituent iron also same, and there is a properties of sulfur constituent that is also same in the mixture. Okay, but in a compound we can't see the properties of the constituents in that, which we are making into compound. Okay, so which we are making into compound, that is iron and sulfur. We are heating by using the watch glass. Okay, we are getting this in the watch glass. We are getting this, and we are getting the compound iron sulfide. So in this, we are kept near the magnet. Please, magnet near this, and there is no attraction of the iron pieces in it because of it is a compound. There is a new substance. There is no iron properties in that. Okay, so it doesn't show the constituent. It doesn't show the properties of the constituents. Okay, but in mixture it shows the properties of the constituents in it. Okay, understood children? The difference between the compound and mixture. The difference between the compound and mixture. Okay, so there is a difference between compound and mixture. We are taking a two constituents in it. Okay, the two constituents we are getting it comes in a new compound, that is iron sulfide. Okay, so here it doesn't show the properties of any constituent, but in a mixture we have a mixture of iron and sulfur. We are getting near the magnet, we have the properties, that is attraction of iron. Okay, it shows, and sulfur. So we are dissolving this iron and sulfur mixture in carbon disulfide solution. So there is a dissolving of sulfur is there, and it shows the sulfur properties of sulfur. Okay, so in compound there is no the properties of the constituent. It doesn't show the properties of constituents, and in mixture it shows the properties of constituent. Okay, and energy is observed and evolved in the form of heat or light during the formation of compound. Okay, in a compound there is a reactions of heat is reaction, there is absorption or evolving is there. Okay, in the formation of compound. Okay, but in a mixture there is absorption of compound is not absorption is not there, and evolve is also not there. Neither absorb or not evolve in the during the formation of mixture. Okay, so energy is not involved in the form of mixture, and energy is absorption or evolved in the form of formation of compound. Okay, so in mixture there is no energy is absorbed and there is no energy is evolved. Is it right? Okay, so then we move on to the physical and chemical changes. You know this from your earlier classes. What is a physical change and what is a chemical change? So physical change, there is no change in the chemical properties of the matter. So if some physical properties are different, but there is no change in the chemical properties. But in a chemical and in a physical change, there is no new substance also produced. Example, tearing of paper, I told in your 8th standard itself. Is it right? Okay. So can you remember melting of ice? It forms into a water. This is a physical change. Okay. So then chemical change. So chemical change, we have a new substance. New substance is formed in a chemical change. Okay. So it changes the chemical properties also. Okay. But in a physical change, there is no change in the chemical properties. Okay. So example, breaking of glass also we have a physical properties. Okay. Chemical properties, rusting of iron and burning of wood, burning of paper. These are all chemical change. Okay, you know the examples of physical and chemical changes I got. Okay, can you remember children? Okay, so then we move on to the another topic, that is based on mixtures. Okay, what are the types of mixtures here? Okay, so what are the types of mixtures? We have that is impure metals. We have types of mixtures. Okay, that is homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. Here we have more than types of mixtures, that is solutions, suspensions and colloidal solutions. Okay, solutions, suspensions and colloidal solutions. See, types of mixtures. So we have one type of mixtures are homogeneous and heterogeneous mixtures. Okay. So other types we have solutions, suspensions. So here solutions, suspensions, and another one is colloidal solutions. Colloidal solutions. Okay. So solutions, suspensions and colloidal solutions. 1, 2 and 3 types are there. Okay, so before going to this, we can know about the Tyndall effect. Okay, so that is Tyndall effect. So what does mean by Tyndall effect? Okay, so that is if it is a light. Okay, if a light is passed through a medium. Okay, if a light is passed through a medium and its path can be seen, so we can observe clearly the path of a light that is getting inside a dark room. Okay, so you are sitting inside the dark room. The light, the sunlight or any torchlight or any other light, okay, the medium, the light medium, it comes into the dark room by a small hole. Okay, so by a small hole, okay, you can observe like this. It is a window. Okay, here you have a small hole. Okay, so the light is entering inside this small hole. Okay, it comes like this. Isn't it? You can observe like this. Okay, in a dark place. Okay, or you can observe a shadow in a light. Okay, at a night time. So that also we can say it is a Tyndall effect. Okay, that is a path. Its path can be seen. Then the substance is said to show Tyndall effect. Okay, you can observe there is a tall trees in a forest. Okay, in a forest we have a tall trees. Under the tall trees we have observed a dark illa. Okay, dark inside the tall trees in the forest. Okay, so there is a sunlight or entering into that forest. Okay, there is a Tyndall effect. We can observe that light medium inside the dark objects. Okay, that we can say it is a Tyndall effect. Okay, so that is a light medium. Okay, a medium light enters into the dark place by a small holes. Okay, by a small holes that we can see, observe. So if it is a very dark sunlight, we are moving inside the home. Okay, we can observe all the things are very dark. Okay, and in that place we are observing the sun rays inside our home. Okay, at that sun rays we are observing the small particles, small dust particles in the sunlight. Okay, so that we are observing the sunlight. No, that we can say is a Tyndall effect. Okay, so now you know what does mean by Tyndall effect. If a light medium, okay, if a light is passed through a medium, here what is a medium here? A is a medium. Here is a medium. In this, we have the light is enters by a small hole, so it observes. It can see by our naked eyes. We can see that light. Okay, light rays. That we can say it is a Tyndall effect in a medium. Okay, Tyndall effect. When a beam of light enters in a dark room, okay, by a small hole, that we can say it is a Tyndall effect. Okay, so then we move on to the types of mixtures. That is first one, solutions. Okay, first one is solution. So a solution is defined as a homogeneous mixture. A solution is also a homogeneous mixture. I told already the example: salt with water and sugar with water. So a solution is defined as a homogeneous mixture of two or more chemically non-reacting substances. Chemically non-reacting substances whose composition can be varied within limits. Okay, that is a solution as having two components. Okay, so what is meant by a solution? A solution is also having a homogeneous solution. Also saying it is a homogeneous mixture. Okay, and it is mixed with the two or more chemically combined. Okay, chemically non-reacting substances. Chemically non-reacting substances, and it is having a limits within it. Okay, while mixing, it has a limits within it. Okay, so it varies by the limits. So we have two components in a solution. Okay, so there is a two components in a solution. What are that two components? What are that two components? That is two types of components are solute and solvent. Solute and solvent. What are the two types of components in a solution? Solute and solvent. solute and solvent. So what is mean by solute? The component which is dissolved in the another component. Okay, another component, which is another component? Solvent. Okay, so the solute is dissolved, fully dissolves in the another component, that is solvent. Okay, a solute is a component, okay, which is dissolved in the solvent, which we can say it as a solute. And solute is a particle which is having a less amount comparing to the solvent. Okay, comparing to the solvent, we are taking solute is a less amount in the solution. Okay, that is a mixture. In a mixture, solute particles we can take it as a less amount. Okay, that we can say it is a solute. And we are taking a large amount in a solution, that we can say it is a solvent. Okay, and it having a capacity to dissolve the solute particles in it. It is having a capacity to dissolve the solute particles in it. This we can say it is a solvent. Okay, understood, children? Okay, then we can see types of solutions. What are the types of solutions? We can dissolve the types of solutions. No? Solid in solid, and solid in gas, solid in liquid, liquid in solid, and liquid in so any other particles. That is liquid in solid, gas in solid. Okay, so solid in solid again. So we have 9 types of particles. That is 9 types of solutions. Okay, solid in solid, solid in liquid, solid in gas, liquid in solid, liquid in liquid, liquid in gas. So gas in solid, gas in liquid in solid. Okay, so gas in gas, and liquid in gas, solid in gas. So like this, 9 types of solutions are available there. Okay, by the solutions, by solute and solvent. Okay, and what are the properties of solutions? What are the properties of solutions? So a solution is a homogeneous mixture. You know that a solution is also homogeneous mixture. Okay, size of particles is smaller than the 1 nanometer. Size of particles in a solution. Size of particles in a solutions are very small. Okay, so how it is small means we can say it is a less than 1 nanometer. Okay, smaller than 1 nanometer. 1 nm. Nm means nanometer. This we can say it is a 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Okay, understood? So this we can say size of particles are very smaller than the particles, smaller than the 1 nanometer. So 1 nanometer we can say it is a 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Okay, so the particles cannot be seen by microscope also. Okay, so we can't see by our naked eyes, but also we can't see the particles inside the solutions by a microscope also. Okay, so that is very too small. Okay, so we can't see by the microscope also. Okay, so it is a stable mixture. Solute does not settle down over a period of time. Okay, so we are mixing a salt with water and sugar with water. There is no particles which is settled down under the solution. Okay, so this is the properties of solutions. And if solution is passed through filter paper, solute and solvent do not separate. Okay, so we can't separate the solute and solvent in a solution by the filtration method. Okay, and this solution doesn't apply the Tyndall effect. Okay, so it does not scatter light. It do not show Tyndall effect. While the light is entering by the small hole into the another medium, there is a scattering of light. There is a scattering of light. That is dividing of light. Okay, that is scattering of light. Okay, it moves in all the directions. Okay, so here there is no scatters of light in the solution. So it doesn't show the Tyndall effect. It doesn't show the Tyndall effect. Okay, understood, children? So what is the solutions and what are the types of solutions? Okay, and then we move on to the suspensions. Okay, so what does mean by a suspension? A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. So this is a homogeneous mixture. This is a homogeneous mixture and this is a heterogeneous mixture. Heterogeneous heterogeneous mixture. So suspension is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay. So and then in which the solid particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of medium. Okay. So here suspension. In a suspension, here also there is a two types of atoms or molecules mixing. Okay. So here in which the solid particles do not dissolve but remain. Okay. So here the solid particles do not fully dissolve in the solvent. Okay. Here the solid particles do not mix fully with the solution solvent and it remains suspended throughout the bulk of medium. It suspended throughout the medium. Okay. So we can see our naked eyes. Okay, we can see our naked eyes the solute particles in the suspension. Okay, that we can say it is a suspension. So what are the properties of suspension? What is the first property? It is a heterogeneous mixture. It is a heterogeneous mixture. Okay, and size of particles is greater than the 100 nanometer. Okay, size of particles. So the solid particles are very small. So it is less than the 1 nanometer. But here the size of particles we can say it is a 100 nanometer. 100 nanometer. The size of particles in a suspension is 100 nanometer. Okay, and particles can be seen by our naked eyes. Okay, and it is unstable mixture. Solute settles shown the under of the particle, the bottom over a period of time. It settled down under the bottom over the period of time. Okay, so then if the solution is passed through filter paper, solute and solvent gets separated. If we are doing the filtration method, the solute and solvent particles are separated by the filtration method. It scatters light when light is passed through the solution. It shows Tyndall effect. The suspension particles can show the Tyndall effect and it scatters light inside it. For example, we can say that is sand with water. Okay, in a sand with water, the solid particles partially mixed with the water and the undissolved particles are stayed under the bottom of the solution. It takes a period of time. Okay, and it scatters light inside the medium. Okay, and it shows the Tyndall effect. Okay, understood, children? Okay, then move on to the colloidal solution. What does mean by colloids? What does mean by colloids? So a colloids is also a heterogeneous mixture. Solutions in which the size of particles lies in between those of true solutions and suspensions are called colloidal solutions or simply colloids. Okay, so that is in a solutions. Okay, in a solutions, that is here we have a true solutions and some particles which is having a properties of suspension. So both these combination we can say it is a colloidal solutions. That is we can say it is a colloids. Okay, so here see that the solutions, some are showing the true solutions. Okay, and some of that shows the particles of suspensions, that is properties of suspensions. So both this combined we can get the colloids, that we can say it is a colloidal solutions. Okay, so the properties of colloids. Colloids is also a type of heterogeneous mixture. Colloids is also a type of heterogeneous mixtures. Okay, so that is here we can say the size of the colloids, the size of the particles of the colloids are smaller than the suspensions. Okay, that is but greater than the solutions. See here we have the combination of solutions and suspensions. We can say it is a colloidal solutions. So here the particles in the colloidal solutions are that is greater than, okay, that is greater than suspension. Okay, greater than suspension and less than solutions Okay, so that is it is greater than 100. It is less than suspension and greater than solutions. Okay, so greater than solutions. So I told that is correct. Greater than suspension. Okay, sorry, less than suspension and greater than solutions. So 100 nanometer is a suspension, and 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Okay, that is 1 nanometer is a solution. Is it right? 1 nanometer is a solution. So here colloids is having the size. Okay, the size of the colloids are that is smaller than the suspensions, and greater than the colloids. Okay, that is greater than the solutions and less than the suspensions. Okay, so colloid particles, which is having the size of the colloid particles in the colloidal solution, is greater than the solutions and less than the suspensions. Okay, that is less than 100 nanometer and greater than 1 nanometer. Okay, greater than 1 nanometer and less than 100 nanometer. In between that, the particles of the colloidal solutions are inside these two measurements. Okay, understood children? Okay, then particles can be seen by the microscope, but the particles of the solutions we can't see by the microscope, but here the particles of the colloidal solutions we can see by the microscope. Okay, and then we have, that is where the solution passes through the filter paper. Okay, the solute and solvent do not separate of the colloidal solutions, but the suspensions we can separate by the filtration method. But here the colloidal solutions doesn't separate the solute particles and solvent particles by the filtration method. Okay, so here also there is no observation of Tyndall effect. Okay, so inside this colloidal solutions also there is no scattering of beam of light. Okay, so it does not show the Tyndall effect. Okay, understood children? These are the properties of the colloidal solutions. First one, it is a heterogeneous mixture, and solutions are homogeneous mixture. These two are heterogeneous mixture. So what is meant by colloidal solutions? That is both combination of solutions and suspension particles. We can observe that we can say it is a colloidal solutions. Okay, and the size of the solutions are smaller than the 1 nanometer, that we can say 10 to the power of minus 9 meter, and the size of suspension particles are 100 nanometer. Okay, and size of colloidal solutions are in between these two, that is which is greater than 1 nanometer and which is less than 100 nanometer. Okay, and solution particles doesn't see by the naked eyes, and suspension we can see with our naked eyes, and colloidal solutions also we can see with our naked eyes. But in filtration process, only the suspension particles we can separate the solute and solvent particles by the filtration method. But solutions and colloidal solution does not separate